Oh my days, guys. We actually got a teaser trailer already a year after Godzilla X Kong The New Empire. Godzilla X Kong Supernova. Actually, a sick title, 2027. Okay, let me just clear the big news out. Godzilla X Kong Supernova is coming out 26th of March 2027. For some reason, every Godzilla and Kong film always comes out in March. So, March 26th for, I don't know, maybe for Americans, I don't know. But it's actually pretty big news. So, let's dive into the Easter eggs I'm going to show you today. So, first off, starting with the title, space is in the background. So, meaning that something from space is invading Earth. No, please, MonsterVerse fans. It's MonsterVerse fans and Ghidorah fanboys. I'm telling you, it's not going to be Ghidorah. Sorry to shadow your dreams, but it's not going to be Ghidorah. Maybe it's gonna be another Ghidorah, but for now, it's probably 99%. There's a 1% chance Ghidorah might return, but hell no in this movie, because a new Toho villain might emerge for this one. But I already think I have my guess. But I'm also going to go over three explanations of three titans that might appear. So I'm going to explain. I already knocked the first one out. Ghidorah is not going to be the villain. Maybe. Because he comes from space, but no. Just look at the title and look at the background. Space themed. Look at 2027 Supernova. Supernova looks like the Corona beam from Space Godzilla. No MonsterVerse fans again. Heisei fans also know this is called the Corona beam from Space Godzilla. Please, it's not COVID-19. It's not Corona. It's not the virus. So please do not say it is COVID-19 for the love of God. So, let's dive into what's gonna happen. So, in the middle, it is red, a little bit of reddish, like the sun, reddish, and a bit of the sun. So, it looks like Supernova has the same exact coloration as Space Godzilla's beam. That looks sick, but I'm gonna have to cover that another time, but I'm still keeping my eyes out peeled for that title. That title looks like Space Godzilla's beam. Look at Space Godzilla's beam and compare it to Supernova. So, let us dive into this. So, this is our first image that we're gonna go over. First off, I'm gonna knock off like the stuff already. So we're knocking off the pyramids of Giza at Rio de Janeiro. They have been rebuilt in the forms of crystallized and black color, green and black color. And Rio de Janeiro has been rebuilt after the fight with Shimo, Scar King, Godzilla, and Kong. So, Caitlin Dever, I don't know, maybe that's the name of the character. I think that's our main antagonist for the film, Caitlin Dever. So, I don't know, guys. Let me know of the actress's name below. I forgot her name. So, I thought the name, I don't know, Caitlin Dever. So this is basically the main character. This is the main character. So basically, Caitlin Dever is the main character, and apparently Sam Neill is her father. So who is Sam Neill? In the pictures of the trailer, it does show Sam Neill's face in the pictures. Yes, because if you do watch the trailer real closely, because I'm going to do breakdowns on that, Sam Neill is in there and may be a Monarch special scientist who is Caitlin Dever's father. So, that is clarified, and that's basically all clarified for now. No, I'm gonna save that for this first image now. So let's dive into it. So the first thing we see when we're greeted by is a emergency alert. And if we look at the yellow, it is not good. It is really not good. It says severe with a triangle and exclamation marks inside of it, and says, no, to report a Titan sighting, call 240 Monarch. And this is a really bad sighting. So, what Titan could cause a severe, not from these Titans? So, a severe Titan has emerged on the planet of Earth. Well, that's basically the whole planet we live on. The planet has an alien landed on it or something. So severe. Other than the severe threat of the past villains like Mechagodzilla, Shimo, Skarking, Ghidorah, Mutos, Muto Prime. The Mutos weren't severe. They nearly killed Godzilla because he was weakened, but so unlike the severe ones like maybe Muto Prime is severe, but unlike the severe ones like Skarking, Ghidorah, most of the severe titans, like the big dogs of the Monsterverse, this also is a really, really bad one. Maybe a world ender titan. So let's go over the first suspects. Well, not the suspects yet. So there are 3 titans that we're gonna go over. So first we see also is a group chat of Monarch's personnel chatting. So we all know these are low-level Monarch scientists. They are not high enough. So they have just started in this position. Sam Neill, who plays this character, basically got Caitlin Deaver, who is the how do I say this? The father. Wait, Caitlin Deaver. Hold on. So Caitlin Deaver is the daughter of Sam Neill's character, who got her into Monarch. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's an ex-Monarch personnel. Maybe he's a high-ranking officer of Monarch who's a big-ranking scientist. So, yeah. So these are the group chats, and we also know this Titan does land or emerge in Sedona, Arizona. So, and we do look at these numbers. So, I clearly can't see them real because, like, the image is a little bit far away. It says 0101. So, 01010101. It keeps repeating every single time. But someone online, thanks to the guys who actually translated this for us. Thank you so much. Shout out to the guy, I forgot his name though. But he has translated us, and it says, Godzilla Kong, watch this space. Godzilla Kong, watch this space. So, we do know this Titan is from space. So, let's get into our first suspect of who could this be. So, our first suspect, and he's really loved among the Toho Kaijus. He's really loved, and that is Gigan. Gigan! Okay, so Gigan. A really loved character of the universe of monsters. So, Toho, who is basically created Gigan. Gigan is a metal robotic dinosaur who does arrive on Earth, maybe in search, or maybe created by the military to fight against the impending like invasion of the Titans that the military believe will happen soon enough, but would actually never happen. So let's get into the facts of how will Gigan arrive. We do know Gigan has emerged from space, just like Ghidorah. And Ghidorah has a low possibility of returning in the movie, maybe as a robotic, maybe in the post-credit scene. So maybe in the post-credit scene, and Gigan may return, Gigan may appear in the Monsterverse as a villain who was tracked and sent down by the military, or maybe from space, maybe a moon base, or whatever. Maybe has been sent from an alien race of humanoids who want to take over Earth. They sent Gigan to enslave, maybe kill all humans, and that's how the ratings come. So maybe the alien race found out about Earth and its titans because of one titan who also poses a threat to um this alien race. That is another alien titan who is also known as King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah. Let me explain how. So, as we all know, Ghidorah lets out the biggest alpha call around the globe, ordering Titans to destroy everything. And maybe Gigan has responded to this call and has headed straight for Earth ever since. Maybe Gigan has arrived on Earth after maybe, let's say he has arrived on the year 2030, or I don't know what year it takes place. Maybe it takes place 3 years after the invasion of Skarking and Shimo. But we also know that Gigan is really a bad character. Explanation 1, how Gigan gets into the Monsterverse. First explanation. Gigan is sent by an alien universe who is sent to destroy Earth and take down the king of the monsters, Godzilla. So maybe he arrives on Earth and yet poses a big threat and challenges the king of the monsters. Maybe in the middle of the movie, Gigan is killed, but not. But you guys ask me why? Why would this happen though? Because Final Wars Gigan style. Another form of Gigan, maybe in the end of the post-credit scenes for Godzilla X Kong Supernova. It's very early speculation, but maybe after their battle with Gigan and Gigan does get dismantled, the military does recover his body, equip him with arsenals, and yet this is where the Mutos come to play with it. So, the Mutos' parents, Muto Prime, also known as Jinshin Mushi. So, Muto Prime's body is probably recovered and used to build this new Gigan at the end of the movie, and is equipped with multiple weapons. This is just speculation. I'm not saying, because this is really early speculations. It's not confirmed if we're going to get a Gigan to appear again. Or maybe we may see a new Gigan and a new Ghidorah together. But there's also the speculation of the red-yellow dot in the middle of Supernova, which is red. So this is our first speculation because Gigan does have that red thing on his forehead. Also more stuff. So maybe Gigan is Gorgosaurus and he is kidnapped and experimented on by the military. But that's highly unlikely because this reading comes from space. Okay, so this is my suggestions for Gigan. Not a lot to cover on him for the Monsterverse, but Space Godzilla, there's actually way more to cover on him. So we're gonna move to Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla, everyone's favorite Titan of the Toho series of the Heiseiverse. Actually loved as much as Destroyer. So, Space Godzilla, let's get into the predictions on how he could appear. Again, the title, his Corona Beam matches the same attributes as the title. It's orangish. It's also orangish like him. Like when he fires it. It's maybe just like the title where he fires his orangish like beam, his orangish Corona Beam. It looks exactly like the Supernova title and 2027, an orangish glow. So we maybe see. This is probably confirmation that we are getting Space Godzilla, everybody. See, just because the title was revealed doesn't mean anything. It means because it's an Easter egg. Orange. Compare that with Space Godzilla's being orange. It's an orangish reddish, I think. But compare that with Space Godzilla's beam. It looks pretty damn similar, everybody. It looks pretty damn similar. And let's not forget his big crystal forehead. I'm not sure. Maybe it's probably, it's orangish as well. And yet, hold on, there's more. The crystals that have been used to build the new pyramids of Giza, these will come into play because what else does Space Godzilla have? Space crystals on the side of on his shoulders. Yes, yes. There's more parts to play as well. Also, more stuff. Space Godzilla also has a sometimes maybe he does glow orangish and reddish, and the crystals from Hollow Earth. Remember, Space Godzilla is also from basically Hollow Earth, and don't even get me started on the depictive paintings of Hollow Earth in GVK. Fast back to GVK. They are like, there's a deleted scene where they literally show a flying Godzilla. Yes, a freaking flying Godzilla fighting against multiple Godzillas and multiple Kongs. Yes, they fight together and they lock him away. Maybe that's how Space Godzilla is the main villain. Maybe he emerges out of Hollow Earth, everybody. Maybe he emerges out of Hollow Earth, and maybe he fights Shimo as his first opponent, and he beats Shimo pretty badly that the military subdue her with their weapons, and they take Shimo away from Kong, and the Great Apes will have to fight to get Shimo back. That is actually pretty big speculations as well. It's actually pretty damn confusing, everybody, because as we all know, Space Godzilla is one of the big bads, and and what we also know, the pyramids of Giza also look like his crystals. Yes, they are shaped in a similar form, not similar, but they also look similar in some attributes. Space Godzilla also comes from space, and its space background, and the only time we see Space Godzilla in Heiseiverse, like, not the only time, we do see him in space. Yes, actually, we do see him in space. But let's not get too deep into circulation, because Space Godzilla may not come out of space and arrive on Earth. Maybe just the same as Gigan responding to the Alpha Call, but that is also not a similar factor. Maybe he emerges out of Hollow Earth, or he comes from outer space, hearing Ghidorah's Alpha Call, but it is not even true. Here's my speculation that Space Godzilla manipulates the crystals used to build the pyramids of Giza, send a signal all the way from space, like these start they overreacting from space. Godzilla, just like the Iwi time, where they call for help because of Scar King. He hears it, and he basically says he gets more pissed, and he says, Godzilla, Kong, watch this space. So Godzilla waits out in space, but actually he emerges out of Sedona, Arizona, beating up Shimo, emerging out, and crystals start forming. Imagine that. That is a circulation that he emerges out of Hollow Earth. Or another circulation is maybe he does not emerge out of Hollow Earth and he comes from space, but I'm not really sure if maybe he escaped Hollow Earth and flew out into space really far away, and then here's Ghidorah's Alpha Call and knows Godzilla has been defeated, or the Gojiras have been defeated by this new predator. So he goes back to claim it, and then finds this new predator is dead, and it's been almost 9 years since he has died. He would have been so confused. How come he just heard this Alpha Call, and he just heard his reawakening in 2024 when GVK takes place? But sadly, on circulations, I think that Space Godzilla is a big bad. I was really hoping for Gigan, but Space Godzilla is really I personally like Space Godzilla more than Gigan. Gigan is really iconic on the Toho. Don't get me wrong, I love Gigan. He's actually awesome. But he does not make it into this movie. I'm sorry guys, if you guys are Gigan fans and he probably does not make it into the film. Maybe because if you look at Gigan's golden scales, maybe it looks like orangish, but it's not really gonna do the job, just like Space Godzilla. Because go back, we'll go back to the title later on in the video. After we get done with this point, there's one final thing we have to talk about, and that is Godzilla. Yes, you heard me correctly. Godzilla has settled correctly into his new evolved form. His dorsal plates straightening out, becoming more bulkier, more like fatter in this situation. Well, he becomes more bulkier, fights with the military. His dorsal plates straighten out, and his phagmizers do straighten out as well. And he bulks up, and he's at the most radiation he's ever had, and he prepares to fight this new threat. We are gonna talk about Kong in the later episodes to come on this channel, but because Godzilla has now said to take a center stage of this film, yes, you heard me correctly, Godzilla is supposed to take a center stage of this film. So, what possible outcomes could happen in this film? So Godzilla fights with the military in Rome, does prepare to go to war with this new kaiju and the military. Maybe we do see the possible appearance of Mogira, because remember guys, Beast Glove and Mechagodzilla's parts were foreshadowed in GXK the New Empire. Remember in GXK the New Empire, they used parts of Mechagodzilla's parts to build the Beast program, where they build a Beast Gauntlet like the Infinity Gauntlet? That is foreshadowing maybe they might be able to build the mechanized machine, fridge-built robot Mogira. That's our part. She might help Godzilla and Kong fight this new foe and probably take him down for good. Maybe the military has to work with the two titans to take down this new threat, and probably after they take down Space Godzilla, there probably might be another threat lurking in the shadows. Maybe Mecha Ghidorah. Mecha Ghidorah, post-credit scene probably. Too early speculations again. This is probably all I have for today about Godzilla. But right now we're gonna go back, all the way back to the title, and look at it and compare it to Space Godzilla's Corona Beam. Please, guys, search up the Corona Beam and just compare it to Space Godzilla's, just compare it to the title and Space Godzilla's beam. They look similar. Please take notice of this and look at the middle. It looks more orangish than ever. Please take notice of this, guys. I am going to end this video here. Please, if you really enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and comment below if you think I'm right about Space Godzilla being the villain and the title giving it away because Space Godzilla's beam. So if you guys enjoy this if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.